Hey, good evening. Weatherman Ray here, Orwix Man Ray. Today is May 1st, first day of May, 2026. We're doing this one a little bit late here. I just got home. I've been out doing things tonight on a Friday night. So here I am. So here we go. We'll get started with our infrared satellite. It's getting pretty late in the evening here, so we have to use the infrared. Um, it's 9:30 here Central Time, 7:30 out on the West Coast, and 10:30 out on the East Coast. So yeah, it's getting to be late out there for most of us, at least on the eastern half of the country. Um, so we still have a fairly active pattern. Starting to quiet down. This is where that ridge is out here through the northern plains and parts of the Rockies. Just kind of a narrow ridge through here. So, anyways, so we got a couple little disturbances moving across the Great Lakes into New York and Pennsylvania. That's kicking off a few showers. And then another weaker disturbance going through Missouri and Illinois, just a couple little showers. I think that extends down into Kansas. I think that's the same piece of energy. It's kind of disjointed, but just a little bit of clouds and a few showers out of that. This afternoon we had a few showers here in Kansas City, but nothing big, just enough to sprinkle on your car. But yeah, but the big system right here, this thing's really moved out quicker than what I thought it was going to do. So the rain's starting to clear out of Texas. There might be some lingering rain back through these clouds up in Oklahoma and back through West Texas, but for the most part, all the energy is starting to push out across from Louisiana eastward towards Tennessee and the Carolinas. And we got a couple thunderstorms. Not really a lot in the way of thunderstorms. Most of them are right near the Gulf Coast. They're just near New Orleans or south of there, and some near the coast of Texas and Louisiana. So yeah, that's really all you got for thunderstorm activity. So, and then we got this is kind of the remnants of the upper level system over New Mexico and Arizona, even into southern Colorado. So there's a few showers out here, and that typically happens a lot of times. Is you'll get the surface feature, the surface front and the surface low pressure will kind of push out ahead of the upper level low that'll kind of linger back in the Rockies sometimes. And that'll kind of come out of the Rockies and weaken. There might be some clouds, but I don't think a whole lot of precip's going to come with that when that finally kicks out. And then we got this next system. We got a few showers, I think, up here in Oregon and Washington, but nothing too significant. But we do have some clouds moving in ahead of the low pressure system that's off to the west of Northern California there. So, and we'll see that on our model forecast here in a bit. So. Yeah, so we'll start off in the west since we're talking about that right now. There's those few showers, real light, from near Medford up into the interior parts of Oregon, just to the east of Portland. That's a beautiful valley, by the way, down that I think that's the Columbia River Gorge or whatever they call that. Man, my daughter lived out here in one of these little towns for about a year or so, and we got to stay with her. Man, they had the perfect weather and just beautiful. Anyways, I I, I don't want to really live up there because of the tax situation and whatnot, but it's a beautiful country, I'll tell you. Yeah, yeah, even a few showers showing up here near Seattle, but relatively nice in temperature wise. It's mostly 60s and 70s inland, some 50s near the coast there. You can see those with the cool ocean water breezes and 70s and 60s across Oregon. Same thing across Idaho, even across Montana, 60s. Slightly cooler across Wyoming, 50s and 60s. Utah, a lot of 60s. Nevada, 60s and 70s across the north, 72 in Reno, 82 in Vegas. Not a bad day, not a bad evening in Vegas. It's 7:30 out there, Vegas time. So yeah, we still got some 80s out in the Central Valley, some lower mid 70s farther north up near Sacramento, but Fresno's 85. Cool at the LA airport, 62. 90 degrees here, so in the 90s in the Southern California deserts, and 87 down by Phoenix, so not too terribly bad. And here's those showers up. They're mostly across the northern part of Arizona and then into New Mexico, and mainly on the western side of New Mexico there, from like near Las Cruces over towards Deming, and that's Tucumcari, I think. Oh no, Truth or Consequences. That's Silver City. I know this area well because I grew up out there as a kid. So anyway, so that's what's going on out there. Back into Texas. Oh yeah, we're behind the front. It's getting cool. There's some 50s back here. That's get chilly for Texas, even for 9:30 at night. So a lot of rain, cooled air. So it looks like some rain lingers across East Texas. I don't really see any thunderstorms. Possibly out over the Gulf there, but yeah, most of this just looks like a good bit of rain, light to moderate rains mostly. Might be a few little strikes of lightning here from, say, Biloxi, Mobile, down to Crestview and Tallahassee across the Florida Panhandle. Yeah, so yeah, and still pretty nice across South Florida in the 80s, upper 70s in areas. Nice set for 10:30 at night out there. And then you go up north, and you got a cold rain going on from New York down to Albany and down towards parts of Pennsylvania over here. So a little bit chilly out there, some 40s for 10:30 at night, some rain. So kind of a raw evening out there as you guys are doing your nighttime activities. In the 40s, upper 30s in parts of Maine there. So but rain free for the moment until this system will probably move up on them probably towards tomorrow. And then a little bit of showers coming out of Michigan into Ohio, albeit pretty light. Some of it may not even be reaching the ground. And mainly in the 40s back here, some upper 30s in parts of the UP and even down farther into Michigan. Yeah, so pretty quiet back here. Looks like some rogue showers over there near Minneapolis, but not really much to speak of. Yeah, so otherwise pretty quiet. Yeah, there's a few showers, a couple of impulses that came out of the Rockies from Nebraska down through parts of Kansas and over towards Illinois. But yeah, it's a coolish. Yeah, all that cool air is still kind of influencing the Central Plains here, with it being in the 50s here at 9:30 at night. So much cooler than it has been in the recent past. Yeah, even down into Oklahoma, 50s and 60s. Same thing in Arkansas. So that's kind of the name of the game. Cool, basically east of the Rockies for the most part. Some of the Most of the Rockies aren't too bad. They're getting that ridge over them right now. So yeah, so that's what's going on there. So we'll go ahead and show you the model. So we've got this system here moving across the southeast that there's a little surface low probably somewhere over the south, but even though they don't really show it, it does kind of show up, over here. But so there's a little weak surface low down there. But this is through about midnight tonight. Over the next couple hours, you can see those showers out over New Mexico. That stuff out here in the west here starting to develop. Um, these are those couple waves going on. I won't show the upper level, and then this stuff back here that we saw. So just some weak waves. This is probably the strongest of them. This is the one that came through the middle part of the country yesterday and brought some showers down through Missouri and Illinois. So yeah, yeah, and that front finally moved out of Maine. Now it's up into Canada and out into, what is that, New Brunswick, or I can't remember the name of all those provinces. I looked them up one time and had them in my brain, but since I don't really live out there, I don't know them that great. So yeah, I'd have to remind my memory on those. So all right, so here we go. So we'll go through tomorrow. So through the day, this low pressure is going to move offshore off the coast of the Carolinas. The front's going to start by midday Saturday. That front's already through, moving offshore on the East Coast, and still got some rain back across the Carolinas and some thunderstorms across South Georgia and northern Florida. It looks like there's a little bit of a risk of severe weather in this general area, and I'll show you the convective outlook. Um, like I told you yesterday, that trough, that stronger piece of energy in the upper levels was swinging down from the north through here, and that's helping to kind of invigorate this front and this low pressure. And it brings a little more shear and instability and all the good things you need for a chance for severe. So. And then we still got a couple little waves here across, southern Illinois down into Kentucky and some stuff up here in Ohio, Pennsylvania. And then this is that stuff moving through the Northeast that was up over New York tonight. So that'll slowly move off to the Northeast. Still some showers out here in parts of New Mexico and Arizona, and some spotty stuff out, Northern California and Oregon. And then we got another low pressure developing out here coming out of Canada, and we'll keep our eyes on that. So as we go through tomorrow, so by tomorrow evening, this thing's pretty much gone. We just have some lingering storms across Florida by tomorrow, late into the evening and afternoon. So pretty much rain free back here. Showing maybe some spotty. There might be some clouds, some wraparound clouds behind this system, and you see these blue lines. So it's getting a little chilly down into the southeast here, a little bit cooler as you head into your Sunday. So you'll even start feeling it on Saturday in some areas. That cooler air will probably drop the temperatures through the day in some areas just a little bit. See the rain starting to increase a little bit out west across the Sierras and western Nevada and out in Northern California. Here's some rain developing in Montana, and here's that first little wave that develops, but the more significant one's just off the picture here. But this is by tomorrow night, Saturday night. So this one's pretty much gone, other than we're going to see lingering showers on Sunday and thunderstorms across the southern half of Florida. Here's that first wave. It's going to bring some showers. I guess you can't rule out a thunderstorm, but I think mostly showers. It's going to be cool enough up across Wisconsin and Michigan into near Chicago and northern Indiana. But here's the stronger one that's going to bring a little bit cooler air. That'll bring that down as we head into Monday. So yeah, we see a little bit of shower activity up here. So a little bit of energy up moving through these areas that'll kick off that. So you see the rain kind of starts increasing Saturday night as the low starts to move inland off to the Pacific. And here's that low pressure I was talking about. By Sunday night, it's knocking on the doorstep of Minnesota there. We got this little, looks like a little wave of precipitation, some showers, maybe even some thunder. Late Sunday across northern Missouri into Illinois and Indiana, even back into Nebraska. So there'll be a little bit of energy coming from the northern jet. That's what it's all coming from. I won't show you the upper level. And then you got another wave back here. So you got little really weak pieces of energy with this, and this is your strongest one, and this one out here as we head through the next few days. So as we head through Monday, so this is by Monday afternoon, you notice it. This is going to be more of a convective afternoon showery thing where you see that's like midday and afternoon. It kind of increases quite a bit, and that's because you're getting the daytime showers that develop with the daytime heating. So all across the good part of the west here, we'll see some showers pop up, maybe some high mountain snow showers and stuff like that. So here's here's that front coming down. This is on Monday afternoon. Extends out of Canada up through Lake Superior and down through Michigan, or no, northern Michigan into Wisconsin and Iowa and Nebraska. So we'll probably see some showers and thunderstorms in this general area from Wisconsin towards Nebraska. A little bit out ahead of it too. That'll probably be in the form of showers and maybe some thunderstorms. Parts of the Midwest up towards the Great Lakes. So this is our big system, and then by Monday night it really increases. So looks like a threat of thunderstorms near Kansas City as we get into late Monday night. Chicago being the threat of severe, or not severe, but thunderstorms. Right now, it's unclear about severe storms, although I would not rule it out. I'm thinking maybe the only thing that I think's limiting is the moisture doesn't seem real deep, but there is some moisture coming off the Gulf now by this time, so I think there's a threat there. Anyways, they just haven't painted anything on the Storm Prediction Center's outlooks yet for Monday. And then that extends back into the west. We still got all this activity out across the west here. Um, and we see this new low pressure form. That's from the energy coming out of the Rockies. And as you go into Tuesday, so I think this northern portion will just turn into mostly rain or rain showers, and then our more unstable will be down here from, along the front from the northeast down through Ohio and through Illinois, and then down south into Arkansas here. That looks like where it could be the most favorable for thunderstorms, anyways. At least that's my thinking. And then you still got some showers lingering across the west here, so, and that's as far as we'll go for the forecast. So it looks like another system coming out of Canada as we come into the beginning of the work week, Monday through Tuesday, and that'll dip southward and bring some rain and storm chances. So the severe potential is up in the air, but my my professional opinion is there probably will be at least a slight risk put out eventually, maybe tomorrow or Sunday, for some parts of the Central Plains and maybe the Midwest up into Illinois or Wisconsin, or maybe even eastward a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. But that's my opinion on it, and I stick with it. So yeah, so this will be a quicker video. I'm kind of tired, but I'll show you their outlook. So for the rest of tonight, there's a marginal risk, although I don't really see much of a severe threat at this point. It looks like from what I saw on radar, there's probably not much. So I think you're out of the woods for tonight. Just general thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. For tomorrow, though, it's a different story. Southern Georgia into the northern half of Florida. Definitely a pretty good wind risk through there. Some damaging winds, a low tornado risk and low hail risk, but that doesn't mean it's non-existent. So, just keep an eye out for that. That'll be your most favorable day for severe weather over the next 3 days. And then on Sunday, they've got a little area painted out here for Missouri and Illinois. And after that, they don't have anything. But we'll go back to that Sunday. Let's just backtrack here, and I'll show you what they're showing there. Okay, so this is Monday, midday. So, yeah, so they're thinking with this stuff that pops up late Sunday afternoon, evening, across Missouri and Illinois, that could be at least a marginal risk of severe. So that's just telling me if they're putting a marginal on that weaker system, when this comes down, I think you're going to see something come out probably tomorrow for Monday. So anyways, hey, you heard it here. So, and probably Tuesday too, possibly for, points maybe south and east of where they did Monday. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. It's getting late here and I'm getting tired. So appreciate y'all. Please like and subscribe and comment for any improvements you would like to see. And if you want a specific area forecast, I'll try to sneak that in somewhere in the video. So anyways, hey, tell your friends and family, kids and grandkids about us, and we'll try to teach you about the weather and try to entertain you too a little bit. I try to have a little bit of a sense of humor and a dry one so that the weather's not too boring. Anyways, I appreciate you all. Wixman Ray out.